Okay, good. I was crooked there for a minute. So, let's see. Hi, happy Magic Monday, you guys. So today I'm doing a Haunted Mansion. I'm doing a Haunted Mansion card, inspired card, or two of them actually. We're gonna do two. So I'm super excited about it because I just think I don't know what popped in my head that Haunted Mansion was a good idea. Well, I'll show you what inspired me a little bit here in a minute. So I hope everyone is good. I hope you enjoyed our class on my video last Friday. Sorry it wasn't live, but you know, I had to go to the funeral, so it was, you know, good, but it was good that we all got to get together and remember my aunt in such a good way. She was a really special lady. And, you know, also remember actually my grandmother a little bit, which is good too, because we weren't able to have a funeral for her. So, because of COVID just kind of messed everything up. So, yeah, it's been an interesting couple years, you know, year and a half, almost, yeah, I guess a year and a half since COVID started, a little over a year and a half. So, well, officially, you know, like since March. So, anyway, I'm super excited about our class today. Don't forget, you can still sign up for the pet calendar, the pet Christmas countdown calendar. That class is still available. It is $45, and you get a full pack of the 12 by 12 paper. You get a full pack of 10 yards of ribbon. You get a full pack of artistry bloom sequins. You get a lot of stuff. It's more than $57 worth of stuff. As well as the advent calendar, which is already put together. You don't have to do anything except decorate it, so that's awesome. So yeah, so I hope that you guys are excited about signing up for that. I think I have 4 or 5 spots left, so please sign up. I have my fancy new ears. Now these were Minnie Mouse ears from, I guess, a Minnie Mouse collection. There's like, it's for the bride. It's kind of funny that there's this. It has Madame Leota right here, but it's the bride, like, veil on the back with the Haunted Mansion wallpaper ribbon. It's kind of fun. So I think they're kind of fun ears today. And it has these stripes. And even though these stripes are not exactly, well, I guess maybe that isn't Madame Leota. I think that is the bride now that I'm looking in the video. I don't think that's Madame Leota. Madame Leota is a little different looking. Anyway. Super cute Haunted Mansion ears for today. I need to fix these roses. They were kind of smashed up when I got them, and I just want to replace them with some better ones. And so, anyway, I just had to wear them today because it's Haunted Mansion Day. So, I hope everyone's doing good. Go ahead and remember, you can go ahead and check out my host code for this month. I'm going to make sure I pull it out and set it here on the board when we get started. So, I was inspired by this. Let me go ahead and get you started. I was inspired by this. I made this a few months ago. Like a month and a half ago, I made this as one of my 13 projects of Halloween. And it really, as I was looking at it the other day, I was inspired thinking, you know what, that's kind of like the Haunted Mansion. I don't know, the tombstones made me think of the Haunted Mansion. And I thought this would be a fun, like, I thought, well, if I'm going to do something Haunted Mansion, how could I do it? How could I make it into a card or something like that? So, if you want to know how to make this, this frame just came from the Dollar Tree. That's it. And the paper is the Cute Halloween paper. It's cutest Halloween paper, I think. So you can pick up these frames. They're called 4x4 frames, but they're actually 6x6. So you can pick that up at the Dollar Tree, and all the other supplies are current Stampin' Up product. There's the gorgeous grape ribbon, the gingham ribbon, and then this is the everyday label punch, and we're going to be using that today so I can show you how we put it together. So let's go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to do is get our stuff. So remember, the Cute Halloween paper was stinking cute. the first one I'm going to show you is using this sheet of the Cute Halloween paper. It's still available. Now, it's a little late to maybe do a ton of Halloween projects, but the B-sides are still super cute. I love Halloween year round, so I actually don't really, I'm probably going to order another pack of this even though Halloween's over, because I just love Halloween. And the B-sides are actually really pretty. Like this one here is super nice. I like the stripes of it, and the backside totally neutral. This looks pretty Halloween, this one, but the backside is not. Let's see. The bat, obviously Halloween. The backside is not. Again, this is not necessarily Halloween. It's just a polka dot. The backside with the candy. It's not totally Halloween. You could actually use this in a way with where it's not Halloween. Let's see. And then the pumpkin one with the cat is so cute. And this backside. Oh, I should have used this one. Maybe I will use this one. I just realized I might cut this one because it's different sizes. I think I'm going to use this one. I think I'm going to trim this up and use this one. Let me grab a sheet. And then the skull. The backside stripes you can use anytime. Same with this one, backside stripes. So this is the Cute Halloween 6x6 paper. It's fantastic. I can't get enough of it. You could do a 2-day order and possibly get it in time. It's a little late, but you know, when this paper, whoops, oh my gosh, all my stuff just fell down. That's what I get for pulling the thing up. Let me see if I can find one. There we go, perfect. Because I actually should show you this with current paper. There's 2 types of paper that I have here to show you. We're going to trim this one up and use this one because it's better. And I'll pick up all those pieces all over the floor in a moment. So, the first card we're going to be using is this one here. We're going to be using the Haunted, even though it's not exactly Haunted Mansion per se. Let me trim this out. It actually just gives that vibe with the spooky, it gives that vibe with the spooky looking village, haunted village. I see it in my mind. I don't know if you see it, but I do. So, and we're going to use that on our next card. So this is a relatively simple design. We have our 4¼ by 11 paper. And then we have this Cute Halloween. So again, it's layered in our traditional setting. I didn't actually make anything too complicated on this one. It's layered in the traditional setting that I layer. I don't know if that's what you guys normally layer. I actually tend to make my cards pretty simple. I really wanted to showcase this paper. I made another card similar to this, but the Tombstone is really what makes me think of Haunted Mansion. And so I'm going to show you that. All right, so let's go ahead and glue this down. So this black piece is going to be 4 inches by 5¼ and then that makes this green, this old olive village piece 3 3/4 by 5 inches. That's a little crooked. Alrighty, done. We got that going. Good, good, good. All right, so I'm not going to glue this down yet because I want to add some ribbon. So I've got a couple options of ribbon and I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do, so I'm going to go ahead and bring it out and decide. Not that one. And I've got this black one here. And that's it. Okay, so I was thinking about using this old olive ribbon because it adds a little bit of shimmer, but then part of me wants to use the organdy, the black organdy, but I feel like it almost needs one other little hint of something on top of it. Let's see. I don't think I don't have any gray. Oh, I do have some gray. I thought I had used it all, but I actually think I have one little sliver of gray, now that I think of it. Here it is. Look at, I have this one little sliver of gray. I just remembered. So that would work because we're going to have a gray tombstone here in a moment. And so I think that will work because I do want to have this organdy here, but I'm going to be tucking the tombstone behind it like I did here in this picture. And so you don't really want the edges of your tombstone showing. So I think that having that would be good, having another layer. And so I happen to have this gray granite, smoky slate. I don't know if I want it like that or if I want it like this, or let's see. Maybe I'll put it underneath. Part of me thinks putting it underneath is good. We'll play with it and see. So we'll wait a minute on that and decide how we want to use these two together. Let's get our tombstones going. All right, so for our tombstones, we'll put this on in a minute. Let me take this down. My paper's moving on me. So let's go ahead and tombstone, where did it go? There we go. Here is our tombstone paper. This is the basic gray paper. And I've also got the old olive. Yeah, I don't think I want to use black behind it. So we've got our basic gray paper. And I thought this everyday label punch looked a lot like a tombstone. Like the edges of it looked like a tombstone. So you go ahead and punch out your gray granite, and we're going to punch out our everyday, our old olive. And I'm going to be using the Banner Year stamp set, which I have tucked away here, I think. Yes. Now the Banner Year stamp set, I've used it quite a bit because it is an all year round stamp set, and I really love that. And they're small stamps, which is also kind of nice because sometimes you don't need a lot. You know, sometimes you don't need a ton of extra things. And I think that this is just the perfect little stamp set for something. You know, it's got happy hunting, happy Thanksgiving, Christmas wishes, happy fall, y'all, you know, so perfect for Thanksgiving, fall. From all of us to from Guess Who Loves You, You're Sweet. I mean, you really have a lot of variety for every holiday here, as well as just some generic one, like a sweet treat. You know, that would be fun for Halloween, but it also can just be a little sweet thing that you know, like nice little gift that you give someone. So there's a lot of potential with this stamp set. So I really, really love it. And I've used it way more than I ever expected. I don't usually buy sentiment stamp sets. I just tend to not buy them. It's just my thing. Okay, so let's see. Do we want, yeah, I want the gravestone to be here. And I want the green behind it. But I might actually do this, make the green and then the gray behind it. We'll see which looks better. Let me trim off my bottom part and see what I think. So if I put my, where's my ribbon? If I put my ribbon here, I think the gray might be, let me see, do I want the gray on the front or do I want the green on the front? So, and again, I'm just using my scissors to trim. We're covering this up, so it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. The green doesn't look as much, no, I think the green behind it is better. I think the gray definitely looks like a tombstone, but the green doesn't look as much like a tombstone. So, all right, so yeah, we'll do it on the green, the gray. We'll just use black, I think. I don't think we'll use any other color. Do our happy hunting. Happy hunting is a great sentiment for Halloween, I think. Happy Halloween is fine, but it's also just so common and traditional. Happy hunting is unique, and so I love it. Okay, so we've got our happy haunting. And I got a new ink pad, you guys. I'm pretty sure I threw the other one in the garbage by mistake. I really do. I really think I threw it in the garbage. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put this green one behind it, but we're going to go ahead and darken it a little bit with some ink so it looks a little bit shaded and a little dirty, I guess, so to speak. Okay. So let me go ahead and get the gray ink. Oh, there goes all my stuff. I should have gotten the gray out to begin with. Gray granite. Here we go. I have some, just a little Stampin' spot for the gray granite ink. And you can make your stuff look older if you just shade, not older, but aged, so to speak, and give it a little bit of texture. If you just add a little bit of the ink on the edge, and so I actually just tend to rub it straight on. And you could have used a blender pen or something. I didn't. I'm just using this. It's actually kind of dark. It might be a little too dark, but that's okay. This is what we're going to do. We're going to use this one. Gray granite is, I think, a little bit darker. And so it's just to give a little aged look to the Tombstone, so it doesn't look too fresh and too clean. Okay, and you can also do that on the edge of your stamp pad too. Some people will take a cotton ball or a blender brush. That's also possible. All good ideas. And then we're going to go ahead and lay our glue our Tombstone down. And we just want it to give that effect of it being 3D. By having the other layer behind it gives this tiny effect of it being 3D. It's not huge, just a little bit. Okay, there we go. All right. So just a little something to make it aged and pretty. Okay, well, not pretty, because I mean it's a haunted tombstone. And then I remember I was debating on how I want to cover up the edging. I think I might do the black and the gray on the top. So we can put the black along this bottom here. The next one is totally Haunted Mansion. This one just gives a little bit of an inspiration of Haunted Mansion because of the green and black. But the green at the Haunted Mansion's a little bit darker, but this Tombstone just was calling me. And, you know, you could even change up the stamp. You know, you could write on here, you know, like those funny Tombstone names. And I think we'll add the gray like that. I think that's good. Okay, so let's get it layering. And I want it 3D though. I think I want this 3D. So let's see, where do I want my ribbon? I think I want it right there. So let me get my dimensionals. Well, I guess I can tuck it behind. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it right there. should have glued it. Well, I gotta put the ribbon on. Okay, there we go. I'm not gonna make this one crooked. I'm gonna actually keep this one straight up and down. I made the one with the skulls crooked, but I felt like the skulls were so silly. Having the crooked tombstones was really fitting, you know. These ones being crooked and bouncing almost like they do in the ride. Okay, so now we're gonna tape down the black organdy ribbon, black glitter organdy ribbon. Say that 10 times fast. And I always like to tape it on the back. Just holds it in place, you know. And then we'll put glue too, but sometimes just Scotch tape is so convenient. And it's cheap. Okay, yeah, that's good. Then let's decide what we want to do with the gray. Oh, I think I taped it on backward. My bad. Good thing I used the Scotch tape. I taped it on backward. The glitter side is muted, and I wanted the glitter side showing. Yeah, there we go. Now it's going to be always a little muted because I want to add this little bit of gray. But let's see. Yeah, there we go. And see, I just feel like I need this little bit of gray. But I'm trying to decide. I don't want to totally cover up my organdy ribbon. Maybe I'll just lay it right there. Yeah, that's good. That way I still have the glitter and then this shimmer from the gray granite satin ribbon. I had this tiny piece left over. Perfect. Just a little bit. This little snip. Okay, and so we're going to go ahead and lay that down. Make sure it's nice and tight. It needs to be a little tighter. Just needed to be a touch tighter. Sorry I keep moving around. Just trying to make sure it's nice and tight. It was just really loose, and I don't want it to be loose. Keep it nice and tight. Let me make sure that is. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Right. And now it's good. It was just a little unwieldy there for a minute. That's what happens when you've got two, you know, ribbons that you're trying to meld together sometimes. Like it's here, there's still a little gap here for this gray one, but I think it's okay. It's gonna hold tightly in the end once I put the glue down. There we go. Perfect. So there's my one Haunted Mansion card. Then let's get to our next one, which is a little more complex, but still well worth it. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take, so I originally had this paper here. So this paper here, this black paper here, it comes from, oh, I'm so tempted to use it. So this black paper here comes from the Hostess set. If you have a party, and I think I'm still going to use it. I pulled it out because I thought, no, I'll use this one instead. So here's two options. So if you have the Hostess paper, if you have a class with me, that is that qualifies at $150 or more or an order, you can buy this huge stack of paper, which includes this sheet. It's a gigantic stack. It's gorgeous. And there's all this fantastic paper inside it. Where is it? I had it right here handy. There it is. It has all this fantastic paper in it, but it's only exclusive to people that host a party. And so here are all the A sides, super bright, right? Everything is super bright on the front, super bright, super bright, super bright. But then the back sides are all black. That's like the trend this year, that one side is colored, the other side is black. And so I thought I would use, I've used this buffalo check before too. I thought I'd use the black and white striped, which I actually think I'm still going to use. My only concern with using this one is, you know how the Haunted Mansion is super, I like that this one has different sized lines. And if you know anything about the Haunted Mansion wallpaper, it tends to have different sizes. So I was tempted to use this one, but it's like a little too faded. The Haunted Mansion striped paper is super, super rigid and clean, you know? So I think I'm going to use this black and white striped still, but this is a good option. If you don't have this paper, you could use the cat and pumpkin paper from the Cute Halloween. I'm going to go ahead and stick with this. And these are kind of wide as far as the lines go. But all right, so we're going to go ahead and we need to color these green. So this is the technique I wanted to show you today. So you can color any, given paper that you have using a blender brush or a blender pen, and they come 3 to a pack, but there's actually, whoops, there goes my light. Oh, thankfully it didn't fall down. There we go. So the blender pen has 2 sides, but it's not permanent to one particular color or anything like that. You can do whatever you want with it. You just want to get the ink out. I used this one already with this Evening Evergreen. And what happens is you just color. See, there's a little bit of ink left in it. And you just color until it comes out. It's got alcohol inside of it. So I can make my own blender pen with this particular tool. I can make my own official blender pen using this, because like we don't have an Evening Evergreen blender pen, I don't believe. So in order to make my colors, and I don't have the marker, if I had the Evening Evergreen markers, I could color it in much more easily, but I don't. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp onto this block and just fill this block with ink. Okay. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your blender pen and you're just going to pick up this ink and you're going to color your stripes. And because it's alcohol, it's actually good because it'll dry. And I'm just going to pick up a bunch of this ink and I'm going to color the stripes. It would have been easier if I had the marker, but that's okay. We'll make this work. Now you don't want to put the blender pen right into your pad, ink pad, because it does have alcohol in it. It'll kind of mess up your ink pad. This isn't looking as good as I want it to. I was hoping it would fade in. This isn't working. I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go to a plan B. See how messy that looks? I was hoping it would fade. So I have a plan B for this. Let me clean this off so that I don't put my hand in it, which I probably would. Yeah, that's not looking as good as I wanted it to. So I have a plan B. So we might be able to use that other piece of paper and not even have to use this one. So, get all that ink off. My plan B is to use this ribbon. So I might actually switch and use this paper because it requires less ribbon. See, I was thinking, well, I could easily do this. I guess I'd still need to color it to have my stripes. But I was just thinking, yeah, the coloring would work. It's just looking so messy. Hi, Holly. Thanks for watching. So I think you see the marker's less noticeable, but it's not really working, is it? We're gonna have to change up our game here for a second. Let me grab this piece of white. Let me see if this will work. Let me turn it down. We're going to change up our game because what I was trying to do isn't really working. So let's change this up a little and try something else using the same concept, but we're just going to change it up. So let's see. Why do I have the black background? Oh, it needs to be a little smaller. That's right. Let's make this 3 3/4 by 5. I think it's going to involve a lot of ribbon, but it's actually going to be super cute, I think, in the end. So what I've learned is that this color here, this mossy, not mossy, evening evergreen. So what I was trying to do is I was trying to color, if you're just tuning in, what I was trying to do is I was trying to color it with the blender pens, but it's just not giving the effect. Look at how messy it looks. It just doesn't look clean enough. So we're going to go to a plan B and we're going to try something different. Let's go ahead and let's make our own stripes using this black. I'm afraid of putting it right directly on the black because it's almost like, oh, that would work too. That would work really well. Let's go ahead and use the black instead. So then I don't need the black ribbon. There we go. So that's what I needed. Because the Haunted Mansion stripes are different sizes, but it's definitely this color of green. It's definitely this color green, this evening evergreen. So this is gonna work. So the only thing I'm thinking is, do I want it to be the full size or do I want it to be, I think trying to make this paper, I'm going to make my own stripes with just ribbon. And then I'm still going to get my Haunted Mansion effect. Yeah, we're going to do that. And then I can do them various sizes too. So perfect. And let's see, what else was I going to say? And do I want it to be that big? I don't think I want a different background. I think that this is right. Yeah. Okay. So change it up. My friend always talks about, because I work for an Air Force base, and so we actually work with all kinds of military people. And you know, with the Marines, it's Semper Fidelis. And my friend always talks about Semper Gumby. So whenever there's a problem, always, you know, be flexible. So he'll say Semper Gumby instead of Semper Fidelis. So it's kind of funny. It's funny to me. All right, let's go ahead and tape that down. Okay, perfect. That's one. And we're just gonna use this ribbon as the stripe, and that'll solve our problem that we were having. So it's a little tedious and it uses a lot of ribbon, but I actually don't mind that. So let me just cut out a few more sheets, or strips, I mean. Actually like the shimmer that this gives too. Let's see, I think maybe 4 might be enough. So we've got that stripe there. I don't think I want the stripes to be too narrow. Well, you don't want to use all your ribbon. So maybe the next one I'll make narrow and this one I'll make wide. Oops, which I never would have thought of making these as the stripes, but it's actually going to work since I couldn't color the other. The other was not going to work. I was trying to color stripes for anyone that's tuning in. So perfect. If I had had my markers, it would have worked, but oh well. All right, so we'll make this next one narrow, and that way we're still getting the change up. So narrow, wide, narrow. And that's kind of how the Haunted Mansion stripes are too. One is narrow and then some other are wide. So it's just, they're different sizes. Hopefully I can pull it off. We'll see. This is much more fussy than I expected, but it's okay. And I think we'll need 2 more strips. Let me make sure it's narrow, totally straight before I put it down. All right, and so then we're gonna go wide again on this one. Yeah, that's perfect. That's actually giving me a better effect than I expected. Sometimes ingenious things happen in the last minute. There we go. I can still slide it just a little. So fun. This evening evergreen open weave ribbon is so pretty. I wasn't sure how I'd use it because it's so dark. It's such a dark color. I wasn't sure I could find a way to use it. I'm gonna need 2 pieces, it looks like. So 6 pieces of ribbon is a lot, but I'm not gonna mass produce these. I'm just gonna make a few. So cool. Now this one will be narrow and that one will be wide. Moved it over way too much. There we go. Now let's take this one down. Super fun. And then it looks like this will be our last one. It'll be wide. And then we get our pattern, our Haunted Mansion pattern. So cute. I'm a genius. Just kidding. I'm sure there's a way mathematically we could have done it where it's perfectly numbered and poised, but if it's too complicated, I'm not going to do it. I just know even adding this much ribbon is kind of complicated, but the effect is good, so I'm willing to sacrifice the time on it because I'm willing to do it for this. But I'm not always willing to do it when, oh my gosh, how fun is that? That's totally like the Haunted Mansion stripes. And then we're going to add a tombstone. We're going to add a tombstone. So fun. That is so the Haunted Mansion stripes. Anyone that's been to the Haunted Mansion knows what the stripes look like. That's really what it looks like. So it's kind of neat that I just recreated it with ribbon. And so, yeah, this is perfect. So we're going to make our tombstone again. So before I glue it down, I don't want to glue it down until I know I'm sure I'm all done. Especially with that much ribbon, you don't want to waste any. So let's go ahead and punch out our, tombstones. Okay, so we've got our gray here, and I've got my, I think I do, yeah, I want it mossy, not mossy, no, evening evergreen. I'm going to probably trim off the bottom again. Well, I'm going to have to if I want it to be a tombstone. And let me get my evening evergreen tombstone. So, yeah, I think we'll do that. And I think I was going to run ribbon across like I did on this one, but because I used so much ribbon here, that doesn't make sense to run ribbon across and mess up the line when you have the wallpaper so perfect. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to get it right on the edge. So we'll put it right on the edge. Let's go ahead and trim off the bottom here. I'm going to trim off the green one with just regular scissors, but for the gray one, I'm going to trim that with my cutter because I want it to be straight if it's going to be on the edge of the card where you can see the edging. So let's go ahead and cut that off. Let's see if that's straight enough. If that's, it might be a little too, no, that's good. We can trim up the green if we need. I want to color this too. Don't forget it. You want to color, age your, you want to age up your, oh, I think I'll use the gray granite again because it's not black, but it definitely had a nice effect on the other one. So we'll go ahead and we'll just age up our tombstone. There we go. Age this up. And I got a stamp on it too. This gray granite gives a good effect. Wow, I just peeled off a, I've never had that before. Usually I never get a string from it. I must really be brushing hard to get that little string off. So we're going to go ahead and glue this down on top. Yep, I cut off enough. I need to stamp my happy haunting though. Too bad it doesn't say hurry back. That's like the most ideal. That'd be the most ideal sentiment, but we'll stick with happy haunting for now. And you could write one in here too. You could make a, ooh, it's a little messy. See how it looks when it dries. It's okay. Let me look at the other one. Yeah, I think I want another one. It just got a little bit too blotchy. I'm going to do one more. Got a little blotchy there. Okay, oops, get some ink on here. So, I mean, how cute are these stripes, you guys, for the Haunted Mansion? Let me get the light over. For the Haunted Mansion wallpaper. Once it's flat, I think it's going to really look cool. I was trying to, anyone that's tuning in, I was trying to color it in. It was not working. There we go. That's better. It's really blotchy, and I wanted to be able to read the haunting, because that's the whole reason why I'm choosing this particular set. And because I'm going to put it right up against, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I trim off the bottom here with my cutter. I normally wouldn't do that. I'd normally just use my scissors, but I think having that second line of ribbon across here would look really weird. So we'll go ahead and glue this. Oh, I gotta age it. Again, gotta age this up. Just a little bit of aging. I'm so excited about Halloween. I'm not sure what I want my costume to be. I'll go into my closet and figure out what my costume is. I always I have costumes too, some older costumes I can put on too. But yeah, I won't be making a new one. Sometimes I'll make new ones, but this time I'm not sure. So we'll go ahead and we'll add this here. Get it straight. And that way it adds that little bit of dimension, having that evening evergreen on the back side. Okay, and then I'm going to put dimensionals on here and add that to the bottom down here. Let me glue this down to our card. I was waiting because I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything else that I wanted to do to it. I actually kind of wish it was a little smaller. You know, this black card base were a little smaller, because then, or maybe I'll turn it, no, the stripes need to be up and down. Because then the sentiment would be a little bit higher. So note to self, remember I was winging it, so cute. So it's this cute little, and I could even put another one here, another tombstone here, like I did on this, with the skull if I wanted to, but I think we'll keep it simple. So let me glue down our wallpaper. It's a lot of tape on there, a lot of ribbon, but that's okay, totally worth it. I did not think I was gonna like it, but that was so worth it. All right. Let's get this on here, get it nice and flat. Press it right down. So fun. I love that this turned out so good. I really was having trouble figuring out how I was going to do this, especially when I was switching. So now, where'd my dimensionals go? There they are. So now we're going to pop some dimensionals on the back of this here. Okay, and we'll go ahead and we'll edge it, put it right up to the edge. I don't want it in the corner. I don't want it, oh, you know what? Maybe having it centered is better. I was going to put it in the corner, but I actually think having it centered might be better. I think I like it centered. I think I'll do that. Let me go ahead and center it here. Yeah, that looks good. I think having it centered was better. Having it off to the side, this is the one case where having it off to the side just looks funny. So there are our two Haunted Mansion inspired cards. I hope you're enjoying my new Disney Magic Monday. So Magic Monday is truly magical. It's truly going to have a Disney theme every Monday, which I am super excited about doing. Don't forget to join my Disney Stampin' Style Facebook group so that you can tune in every Monday. Well, you can tune into my regular Facebook page, but if you tune into my stamping group, you'll also be able to see other people's ideas as well as mine from this page. I have a friend who was I think she made something, she was going to share it, but it's only paper crafting. So this is only for paper crafting. It's not for mouse ears and things like that. It's only paper crafting, which is kind of unusual because there are lots of Disney crafting groups, but none that are just for paper. So this is perfect. I'm super loving. Sorry, the light was in the way. I was trying to get more light to shine on the ribbon here. because I just thought it would be good. No, maybe not. I guess not. I guess that'll have to do. I was just trying to, let me switch places. See if I can get a little more light on it. So don't forget to if you go to fabulousstamper.com, use this host code when you're checking out, and use this host code when you're checking out, and you can pick out any of the supplies that I used here. This is Old Olive paper and the Cute Halloween paper. This is the Everyday Label Punch. This stamp is from the Banner Year stamp set. This is the black organdy ribbon and the gray, smoky slate or gray granite. I think it's gray granite shimmer ribbon. And then this is the Evening Evergreen ribbon and Evening Evergreen paper. So fun. I hope you had a great day, and I hope you liked our little project today. Just something fun and new. I never would have thought of it, but you know, super fun. So here, I'll hold it up a little closer. Maybe that'll help. It looks really good. I don't know if you guys can even tell, but it looks really, really good. There we go. Yeah, now you can see how it does look like the Haunted Mansion stripes, the famous Haunted Mansion stripes. So anyway, I hope you had a great time. Thanks for tuning in, guys. All right, have a great Monday. Bye.